Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. Welcome to the channel. Happy that you're here too. So today brings us a video. I know you're quite surprised by that. Anyway, I pretty much finished the project, and then I thought, I want to do a little variation. So I came back and did it again. Yeah. So I was inspired by Lilu's, what is it? Lilu's Creations. Link below in the description box, along with a shortish list of ingredients. So this is just jelly printed paper, probably clean up IDK, y'all. I've had it for a minute. And I wanted to do a smaller one than she had, and it's copy weight paper, so I just folded it over, and we used Elmers extreme glue stick to glue it all together. And I'm basically following her video instructions. Okay, y'all know I don't necessarily provide instructions. I just kind of show you how I'm doing it. Okay, right or wrong or indifferent, but it works for me. So, yeah. So we're doing that. We folded it in thirds, and now we folded the thirds up in half, and then we will fold that down and fold that into quarters. Okay? Okay. Her video is pretty good on instructions, just saying. But you need to finish watching mine, because you're already here. That, yeah. Using the bone folder to reinforce the folds, and now we've opened it back up. I know I'm slightly off screen, but you know that happens. So now we're following her instructions back again, and we're cutting to that first score line fold spot in the middle. Don't cut all the way through, just go to the first score lines. Fold. Okay. I like this paper. I probably didn't scan it before I did that. So now I'm folding them over, but I'm not going from the inside corner to the outside point. I'm kind of leaving a bit of a lip there. I'm not sure if you can tell. You probably can, okay? Because she went point from the inside corner to the outside point, but I'm leaving a slight thing, because I'm different. I have a hard time following people's instructions, because it's like, no, my head, my art and inspiration says we're doing it our way. Okay? Yeah, that. So that's what we're doing all the way around. I do show you a variation later-ish. It's not an overly long video, but it's not a short video either. I would call it a medium. Yeah, you could probably fast forward through some of this, but why? You would miss my awesome, humorous commentary, okay? Because we're making little flip-flaps. Look at all them little flip-flaps. That's an interesting looking thing, isn't it? Let's glue some of them down. And I use, enough glue that it kind of sticks to my background drop paper, desk paper, whatever you want to call that paper. Craft. It's craft paper. Art glitter glue. Second favorite. There we go. Gluing these other ones. And right now at the top of my head, I don't remember if she glued all hers down. I don't know. I think she did, but I don't know. So we have that. Now we're going to trim this little points off. You want to be careful not to cut your paper. Well, except the part you're cutting off, of course. I mean, that's the part you want to cut off, right? Yeah, that. So we're doing that. And I don't remember if I inked or not, but if you want to ink, this would probably be about the time you would start doing it. Well, once you got everything little cut and scraped up and all that kind of stuff, just reinforce some of that. Just make sure, yeah, it looks good. Okay, yeah, I like that. Flip flop. Okay. Now we're going to glue it. But wait, we're going to unglue it because that's when I said, oh no, let's ink. Let's ink. Scorched timber, naturally. So we're going to ink all up. Ink wherever you want to or not want to. It's not a requirement. And we're going to glue that one over. And I'm going to go with a back and forth kind of thing. It looks more woven to me like that. So, okay. And now we're going to take this one on the same side and flip it over. And I'm gluing the whole thing down, so each little segment is going to be its own individual pocketish. Okay? And there's, you know, various ways you could kind of glue it on and glue it up and stuff like that. And the bigger you start with, the bigger your woven folded paper is going to be. Just saying. So, that. Sometimes I want to do a project, but I'm not sure where I'm going to go with it. Y'all know that. Anyway, nice. I like it. Looks good. Let's examine it, shall we? Yes, I like that just fine. Okay, now I thought, what am I going to put in the pockets? And I thought about tags, and then I happened to walk past my die cutting station. It's just a little area in the studio, and I thought, yeah, let's die cut some leaves. You know, I think Timmy came out with a from the vault thing. I don't know for sure, but I saw him using these sort of recently-ish, maybe, I don't know, y'all. But I didn't want the holes in the leaves, so I am gluing them on top of, this is all scraps, y'all, scraps. This is a scrap of, you know, those free, air quotes, y'all, free papers in the Somerset Studio magazines. It's a scrap of that. So I'm gluing the die cut leaves on that, and I'm not sure what kind of paper the die cut leaves are from. I don't know. And I'm trimming out roughly around the leaves because I want the holes filled in. I didn't want them to be holy. You can leave them holy if you want to. And there's journaling spots on the back of the leaves because, you know, it is. One of them's got a little printing on it. You know, it came printed on that side with the original artist maker's name and information stuff. I'll just scrooch over it a little bit with some scorched timber because we'll ink over it around some of these. And this was a double-sided paper, the leaves. And so I will glue some of them with the other side down. They're fairly authentic looking leaves, fairly. Oh, I know it's lots of fussy cutting or cussy cutting depending on how you look at it. I'm pretty happy with fussy cutting. And I'm just using a dry baby wipe over there to scrub over it because I did use the glue stick, so it can kind of get a little gooey sometimes. And we're just going to ink over it with scorched timber. Ah, look at that scorched timber dauber I got going on there. It's got a thumb on it. Hint, thumb up, y'all. Like it. And you can see the back is pretty white, so I will scrub over that a little bit with the scorched timber as well. And we just get on there, whatever it gets on there. Makes me happy. So there we go. And now we're going to decorate a little bit on the pockets because these are pockets, y'all. And if you glue it down just right, you got a ton of pockets. So we've got 4, but if you count each little triangle folded over, that's like 8, okay? But I didn't use this one that particular way. And in essence, you don't necessarily even have to decorate this part because once you start putting things in the pocket, that will act like decoration. And I'm using 2 different ideaology ephemera package things. I got them in those little tins. Y'all see that? Y'all smart. Y'all can see it. That's why you're watching. Well, you're listening for my outstanding humorous commentary, but you are watching to learn stuff. or be inspired or what not to do, because it comes out that way sometimes. And I have a little bit of that dyed cheesecloth there, and we're just, stick a little bit of that here or there. Made that one crooked on purpose because I wanted it to fold over and looked all rough. Rust, not rust, rough. So it looks, grungy-ish. Yeah, that. And I think I come back and add a couple more things later on when the camera's not rolling, because sometimes the camera's not rolling. It might feel like it's rolling, but it's not. Well, I sometimes forget to make it roll. Okay, come up, y'all. I know I said it. I'll say it again. Art glitter glue. Just sticking all stuff on there because no rhyme, no reason, just makes me happy. Because that's the name of this game, y'all. When you're playing at your art desk, inspiration will never find you if you're not out there doing the work. Even if that's just shuffling papers back and forth here and there. See, now I've got some leaves one way, some leaves the other way, kind of curving here and curving there. And it really doesn't quite matter, It just makes me so stinking happy. I'm like, yeah, I like that. But let's do a variation, okay? So I got out another piece. This one I think is actual desk drop paper because it looks like it's got a bunch of carp on it. Well, maybe not a bunch, but it's interesting. That's why I kept it, because it was interesting. And I've done it the same way. I folded it into thirds, and then I folded it in half, and then I folded one of the halves in half, okay? So that we technically have 3 sections, and you saw we just trimmed it out the exact same way to that first little fold line. Do not cut all the way through. Now this top one's going to be a little bit different. See, I pointed the 2 on the bottom, and this one has to stay like that because it's, technically a whole different size. You can do that if you want to. It's a fun structure to play with. So when next you want to fold some papers around, this would be a good little project for that. So we're going to glue those flaps down, because technically now they're not flaps because they're glued. They're adhered solidly. Some probably more solid than others. Doing the other side. And I do like the woven look, so I will do that kind of back and forth kind of thing again. Okay. Oh, that will need a little more solidly. Trimming off those little points, which you could keep. I don't think I did, but you could keep those and put those in your scrap box and maybe use them on a mini moo. I don't know. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just suggesting that you could. So now we've got this paper, and I'm like, what way am I going to go? How big is that? Because I want to put a piece of paper in the middle part, because, we'll be able to see it when there's nothing in the pockets, okay? So I'm doing that, and I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. Except I know it leaves me a gap up there at the top edge, and I thought, well, I'll just fold it over. And then I thought, no, I'm not going to fold it over. What am I going to do with that? So we flip and flopping around, and I'm like, well, we have this little scrap from the front, because we trimmed it off. It was an 11 by 17 sheet of paper, legal size in America. So we're just going to glue that on there. And I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. It was perfect. So we're trimming it off because, it's a little big, but it's perfect. So now we got those scraps. I'm not sure what I did with those scraps. Y'all know I'm notorious for saving the tiniest of things. Anyway. Yeah, let's go that way. Okay. But this time I'm only gluing down the bottom pocket all the way. Both triangles are getting glued. On these, just the top triangle is getting glued to its partner over there, so that just the top layer, okay? You'll see in a minute, because it gives you a pocket all the way down. Oh, flip-flop section, y'all. See, we have a pocket all the way down. Those were handy. Those strips we recently did, they were handy, so I just stuck them in there because I'm like, I don't know what else to do. And that daisy was on my desk, so we just stuck that on there too because, likewise with the guest check. See, all the way. The pocket goes all the way. If you don't want it to go all the way, then glue it down. Okay. I just thought it'd be a fun variation. Give you a couple ideas on variations. Okay. And we glued some Dollar Tree butterflies on it. And this is the first one, doing a little flippy flop of the first one we did. Like I said, it would be a fun structure to play with, should you want to do that kind of thing, or not. You can put them anywhere. There's journaling spots on the back, or not, depending on if you do that kind of thing. Put pictures in here. If it were bigger, gift cards would fit in there just fine. Ta-da! Photo montage. Y'all, they make me happy. They were fun, easy. Could be super quick little. What was that? Crafty by Tony and Seven Plaza Margaret. We're doing 3 and 30. You could probably do this. Could probably do 3 at least, if not more. Probably. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I just played around with it for a while because lately I've been doing quick little projects. Like I said, I had finished filming and then I came in the house and was editing on it. Well, I didn't completely explain it to you. And I thought, I think I want to add a variation. So I went back out there the next day and did that little variation, which makes me happy. I love those leaves though. I really do. They could be spring leaves or fall leaves or pumpkin leaves. I don't know, whatever kind of leaves. As long as you're not leaving my channel alone. Yeah. It was funnier in my head than it was when it came out of my mouth. Anyway, makes me happy. Look at all that funness, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for watching. And until next time, happy arting, y'all. Don't leave me alone.